Hi, I'm Pamela Tate Roger, Gold Consultant with Evolution and Archer Travel. Today's webinar is how to launch or relaunch your business. Now, we're going to talk about launch parties. A launch party is a private business meeting in a comfortable and relaxed atmosphere that you'll provide a way for you to share the benefits and business opportunity. So, we're going to have a couple of items to discuss that you will talk about at your launch party. You want to mention some of your upcoming trips and plans and also your previous vacations. A launch party is also the opportunity to ask for referrals. Now, some of you have been travel agents for some time and some of you are brand new. But a few months ago, we had a training with our founder and he asked how many people had done a launch party for their business. There were over 500 people on the call, and only 65 people responded yes, that they had done a launch or travel party. Those statistics are staggering. We want to make sure that when you come into the business, that within the first 30 days or so, that you plan something as a grand opening to let people know about your business. Now remember, you may not always gain a business partner, but this will give you an opportunity to gain clients. So again, that recommendation is by taking immediate action after you've signed up to become a travel agent, you want to host your initial launch party within the first 30 days of opening your business. Why? What's a brand new business without having a grand opening? It's important for people to know that you're in business. Now, again, this will allow you to build personal momentum and preparing you for group momentum that will come once you begin to sign new agents to your organization. Let's talk about hosting parties. Initially, you want to do your launch party within 30 days of opening your business. That launch party can be small, it can be intimate with just family and friends. Some people have large enough families where you can have 30 people easily just coming out to say, yes, I'm in business, and it'd be only family members. And then we talk about the next step would be travel parties. Now, if you're opening a business part-time and say you have a full-time job, you want to make sure that you're exposing people to your business. Some people call them weekly gatherings. Some people refer to them as travel parties. You want to do that once or twice a week if you're a part-time um, travel agent. And the reason why this is important is people need to be exposed to your business. So you can have girlfriends come over and have some tea on the weekend and talk about your business. Let them know that you're a travel agent. Let them know what kinds of vacations you're currently planning or any group trips that you already have available that they could sign up to join you on. Or you can let them know you're looking for new clients and ask them, do they know if anyone that they have in their immediate vicinity of work or family are planning a vacation because you'd love to help those people. Now, if you're a full-time employee, meaning you're full-time running your business as a travel agent, you got to go a little harder in the paint. We say 4 travel parties per week if you're full-time. Those could be in-person parties, those can be gatherings with friends, those can be online virtual parties. The goal is expose people to your business. Now, you want to make sure that you're communicating these things with your sponsor. Your sponsor does have a vested interest in you achieving your goals. So we recommend that you let them know of your calendar of events. If you're going to be doing a weekly travel party on Monday, let your sponsor know that because they might want to jump in and join you or help you with your questions and answers. Or they might have people who live in your area who can help you do your party or who might want to support you on a weekly basis. They can be available to support you. And of course, if they're sponsoring an event or nearby, you can come and support them as well. So let's start here. I want everybody to make a list of 50 friends, travelers, influencers that you know, that you somewhat know, that you're acquainted with, or people who work with you in your previous life as a business employee. Invite all of them. Do not second guess any name that you put on this list, even if it's a family member. The goal is to get 50. And honestly, I'm sure you could even manage 100 if you start looking at your email list. Now, the reason why I say is don't second guess anyone on this list is because there are three type of people that are going to help you to be successful. The first one is someone who's going to book travel with you. The second one is someone who's going to look at your business opportunity and decide that they'd like to join you in your business. And the third person is going to be the person who's not going to book travel with you. They're not going to join your business. But what they will do is refer other people that they know who are traveling to utilize your services. So again, always assume that everyone is there and available to potentially help you grow your business. Don't remove anybody from that list without asking them to be one of those three people. The person who signs up and books a vacation with you, the person who signs up to become your newest business partner, or the person who refers others to you to book travel. Let's talk about locations for your launch party or travel party. It's great if you have access to utilizing your own home. Most network marketing type businesses, i.e., Avon, Pampered Chef, and travel agents, because we are stay at home travel agents, do things from the comfort of their own home. It's a selling point of being a stay at home travel agent, right? Doing something from your own home. So, utilizing your home, your apartment, or if you live on a complex that has a clubhouse, a public area that can be closed down for a few hours for personal use, that would be the optimal place to throw your launch party. Now, if those aren't available to you, then I'd say think of if you work in an office and you have a space that you're able to use on that property, a local restaurant in a banquet hall or the banquet room of a restaurant, and libraries have community rooms, perhaps using a library. That would be the next best thing if you could not work from home. Again, the comforts of home are it's relaxing and it's more of a natural setting for people to have conversation. In an office or a restaurant, there could be some distraction and it becomes a little more formal. People tend to dress up a little more if they're going to a restaurant or out of the house to go to an office or into a library. Your final option would be a hotel or some type of rental venue. Now, those tend to feel a little bit more formal. If someone hears they're going to a hotel, they're not going to come in their comfortable clothes. They might feel a little uncomfortable with being there, but it is an option. So again, the best location will always be in living rooms or dens. And think about how many businesses started from someone's living room, den, or even their garage. We wouldn't have Apple computers if it wasn't for Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak working from inside of the garage to start and develop their first computers. So we think about relationships, and those are key, and those are things that are fostered and grow from the living rooms and dens of our homes. Now, the personal atmosphere of these places provide or will provide you with an easy access to gaining new business partners and customers. Let's look at recommended days and times for travel parties, launch parties. We say weekdays at 7 p.m. Now, this will allow people who've just got off work time to eat or get to your venue if they're commuters. Monday through Friday. Saturdays, we say from 2 p.m. up until 7 p.m. The reason why we say later is because Saturday mornings, people tend to do things like household chores. If they have children, they tend to do their children's activities first thing in the morning, particularly younger children. We also say we stop at about 7 p.m. That allows for people with teenagers to be at home before a teenager would go out on a date, or if they have a basketball game, those tend to happen in the evening. Football games like Friday Night Lights, and of course Saturdays are during the day, but varsity tends to play later in the day, and so we'd want to make sure we're cutting this off so parents can attend those functions. And then, of course, we have singles who have date night and don't necessarily want to be at a launch party to hear about your new business on a Saturday night when that's optimal time for them to be out on a date. Then we look at Saturdays. Now, Saturdays we recommend from 3 p.m. until about 6 p.m. We do that because Sunday mornings, a lot of people go to church, and we don't want to alienate people or make them feel like we're saying that they shouldn't be at church. We're asking them to support us after they've done their weekly worship. Now, again, that's 3 p.m. But something else that's major happens on Sundays all across the world. Men and some women sit at home and watch sporting events. Now, we know that travel agents tend to be women. About 80% of the population of people who are travel agents are women. But that 20% of men, we don't want to alienate them, right? And so we say, do this in the afternoon. If you have a man that's not watching a sporting event on a Sunday, they're more than likely at church, or they just didn't get up early from their date the night before. So don't schedule a travel party before 3 p.m. on a Sunday. We also end it at 6 p.m. or don't have one any later than 6 p.m. because we do have people who go to worship service in the morning as well as in the evening on Sundays, and those services usually start at 7 p.m. So, again, these are recommended dates and times for travel parties. But I want to also insert here, you know your clientele or your potential people who will attend these parties. If you work a swing shift, meaning 3 to 11, clearly weekdays from 7 o'clock is not going to work for you because that's the time that you and your crowd would be at work. Or you would need to do a Saturday earlier in the day because you have to be at work at 3 p.m. on a Saturday, right? So all of these are merely recommendations. This is your party. This is your grand opening. You can pick the time that you like, but we want to make sure that you use a time that's going to be available for most of your guests. And here's another segue. As we talk about times that would be available for your guests, you want to have 2 days in mind for your travel grand opening. Some people do one week night and one weekend day, and some people just say Saturday and Sunday. As you're going through your call list and the people you wrote on your list of 50, you want to say, are you available? Which day is better for you, Saturday or Sunday? And wait and see what they say. Now, if they say Saturday is going to be great, say, great. I'm going to make sure that I have you come on Saturday. Right next to their name, which of the 2 days that they selected, because you actually are going to have 2 grand openings. You're going to invite one group of people on the Saturday, and you're going to invite one group of people on Sunday. Or if you picked a weekday and a Saturday or Sunday, indicate which day they said they can come and plan your guest list accordingly and make sure you invite them on the day that they say that they're going to be available. Let's talk about customizing your launch parties to your clients. As we were speaking a moment ago, I talked about sports. We have a lot of sports fans, and I don't have this listed on the spot on the slide, but it just dawned on me. We have a lot of sports fans. I have a group of friends who every year or every other year, they travel to Dallas for the San Francisco and Dallas game. It's a big rivalry, but they fly out of San Francisco, they take 4 full days, they fly to Dallas, and they go and enjoy the game, and they come home. Every other year they do that because usually one year they play in Dallas and the next year they play here in San Francisco. You'd be amazed how many people travel to go and see football games. This past year, while I was working with the Divas in Power for our volunteer coordinating, we worked for the LA Rams. And I have to say, there were thousands of people who flew in to Los Angeles for the New Orleans and the Rams game. And it was crazy. There was more black that we saw, people in their Who Dat jerseys, than we saw in Rams jerseys, which was absolutely phenomenal. But those people are traveling. Set up a sports theme grand opening and have a package together, or let them know you'll be selling a package for your local sports team to travel to their rival team's area for a football game. Other things you can choose are luau's. Um, if you have a family member or if you have a school that is going to be playing at a bowl or going to Hawaii for a sports tournament, make sure you invite those parents to come out for a grand opening or a travel party. Have a luau theme. Talk about different places that they can go when they get to those islands and make that theme last as you talk about travel. You can have a cruise night. You can have it during a weeknight for your grand opening and have it be a cruise night. Talk about the different ships that are available. Talk about the great things that can occur when you actually are booking travel and traveling on a ship. They can look at it in a way that they've never looked at it before. You can talk about it being all inclusive. All their meals are on the ship. They can buy a drink package and all their alcohol and sodas would also be included. You can talk about how now they have um, childcare, kids clubs on ships where the parents can go and drop their children off, enjoy a day at the spa. The kids are fully entertained with other children on the ship. You can talk about the teen club where the teens hardly want to even come back to the room to take a shower and to eat because they can't wait to get to their club night. You can talk about girls' trips on a cruise. You can talk about bachelorette parties. You can talk about family reunions. You can talk about weddings on a cruise. Here's another theme, Caribbean nights. One of my favorite vendors is sandals. Talk to your sandals BDM about possibly doing a Caribbean night where all the themes are focused on sandals and the Caribbean and all those beautiful properties that are out there in the Caribbean. Or you can choose a theme with another destination. If you are hosting a Mardi Gras night where you can focus on New Orleans, or if you want to focus on spring in Paris, there are all kinds of things that you can do for your party. Just remember, keep it economical, but you are letting people know you're in business and this is what you can do. These are the types of vacations that you can provide and put them in the mood for fun so that they'll want to go on these trips. Let them see there's a fun side of this business as well. It's a business, of course, and you all know that it's a business. You're working hard and you're studying to keep your doors open and to be operational and to provide the types of services that you know your clients want to see. But you want to make sure that your launch party or your travel parties are fun. Why? Because you sell recess for a living. That is so key. If people aren't having fun, then people are going to be like, oh, I'm not going to have her book my vacation. This was boring. Make sure there's some fun. Have some fun giveaways. Um, give them a travel magnet or a photo frame for them to put their favorite vacation picture in. Give them our certificates that we have available to give to our potential clients and our clients where they can have a complimentary certificate to possibly go on a cruise or a 2-day weekend. Don't stress out. Remember, your travel party should be fun. So enlist a friend or another agent or your sponsor if they're local. And if you don't have your sponsor local, make sure you're connecting with other agents in your area. This is so key to being successful. Sharing what you do, sharing what you know with someone else in the area who may know the same amount or more as you should help you to be able to have this party and make it successful. And again, don't forget to have fun. People are coming out to support you, so make sure you're having a great time as well. Work with your sponsor, as I said, your local silver consultant, gold consultant, or platinum leader, and ask them to complete your Q&A session at the end of your launch party, because more than likely, you don't feel comfortable or confident in answering all the questions that someone may ask about your business, or maybe even they might ask some specific questions about booking trips that you haven't done just yet. A Q&A person that's there or available via Zoom or on a telephone conference call will help bolster your confidence and allow you to have fun at the end of your launch party. And now you're off and running and ready to launch. So, what I want you to do now is to take a couple of minutes, look at your calendar, and pick a date sometime in the next 30 days. And I want you to say, this is the date that I'm planning to launch my business. I'm Pamela Tate Roger. Again, I am a gold consultant with Evolution Travel. I thank you for listening to me this evening. Have a wonderful rest of your night. And if you have any questions, feel free to email me at savortheworldtravel@gmail.com. That's S as in Sam, A, V as in Victor, ORTHEWORLD @gmail.com. Thank you, and have a wonderful evening.